Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm starting a new project. I'm building a mini bike and I'm going to use these golf cart wheels and tires. So it's going to be kind of a big boy bike. So I've already started a little bit, not much, made a couple cuts. So I've got a clutch, got some chain, handlebars, bearings, brakes. I'll need a few more things. So for the front end, I'm going to use this off of an old bike that somebody just threw away. So that'll just make everything a little easier, mainly just for this rotating joint here. And it wouldn't be that hard to make, but this is already made for it. So right now what I'm working on, kind of starting in the back, working the way forward. I have cut 2 pieces of metal. That's going to be the back fork. So the bearing is going to mount back here, and it'll come up and over. And the same thing on both sides. Then I'll have it come in a little bit, narrow up, and come up to the front, kind of, like a bicycle. Pretty simple. So I'm going to do some more cutting and measuring and all that stuff, and I'll bring you back. Okay, this is going to be one side of the rear tire support, whatever. So I have pieces for another cutout over here. I'm going to connect them. I'm going to connect them up kind of like with another piece here. Kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to get these 2 sides tacked together, and then I'll take some measurements and get some more pieces cut out. Okay, I got these 2 arms welded up. Kind of got them mocked up a little bit on the bench so you can get kind of an idea. Kind of just eyeballing it. So I'm going to have it about 10 inches apart. So I will need to cut 2 pieces. One to go here, one to go down here in front. And that'll make the rear arm one piece. So let me get that done, and then I'll weld it together so we can see what we got. Alright, the rear arm is done. So it'll sit higher than that, obviously. So next I'm going to build the bottom portion, and I'll work on the top as well. I got this as an old refrigerant tank rack that somebody threw away. It's exactly the same width as this, even though it's a smaller tubing. But it should be plenty strong for what I'm doing by the time I brace it up a bit. So I'm going to get this rack. I'm going to get this rack cut up and get the usable pieces out of here, and we'll kind of lay it out and take a look and see where we want to cut things. Alright, I got it cut down, and I got the length that I want here. So the other one's sitting over here, and I'll probably cut that one about 2 inches shorter than the bottom one, and that'll give me my rake for the steering. It's getting dark out, and I gotta be up in the morning, so that's all for tonight, but you'll see me in a few seconds. Alright, I got the stuff on the bench here because I made a slight change of plans. So this is going to go up here, and then I'll have the other piece on the bottom will come out and angle up and meet it. So it's kind of a 2-hand complicated dealio, but I'm going to get it tacked up and I'll kind of show you further. Alright, here's where I'm at on the frame. The seating area is welded on. I welded some 6-inch pieces on down here. just to give me room, because the motor is going to go into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to notch this, and this square tubing fits inside of this one, so it'll go in, and then it'll angle up. And see, I'm going to cut it like that. So I'll notch both sides, and then the bottom of this front piece will slide into there. I'll have to cut the tops, kind of like how I got it marked. And then, yeah, the handlebars will mount up here. This will get cut off, I just haven't done it yet. So I'm getting there. Okay, I got the front of the frame tacked on. Hopefully you can see what I was talking about now, how the white tubing fits inside of the rusty stuff. I just got it tacked on the sides down here, tacked on the corners up here. Now, yeah, I use flux core, so I can burn through paint pretty good. It does leave a lot of splatter, but it's what I got. I don't have to buy gas, just makes it a lot easier. So the next step for me is I'm going to fully weld the front of the frame on. I'm going to set it back down on the floor and kind of get my angle set up for the front forks. Frame the next day. Now, I went ahead and I cleaned this off. I took the tubing off. It used to be part of the bike. So I'm going to get this welded on here, approximately in this position, as straight up and down as I can figure out. So I think I'm just going to notch in from here to here, knock that piece out, and then find kind of where I want this, and I'll tack it in place. You know, I'll just go to town welding it. But once that's done, I'll pull this front shaft out, and then I'll make the front forks. Alright, I got this up on the bench. I got it welded on. She is very hot right now, but it's about as straight as I could get it. It's not perfect, but this is made out of junk, so I'm not too worried about it. So next, after this thing cools down, I'm going to get the front spindle made and just kind of go from there. Alright, I got the steering mount fully welded on now. So next step is going to be getting front forks built, but I'm waiting on some parts, so I'm gonna have to end the video here. In the next video, I'm gonna get adapters built for the hubs so I can get these wheels mounted up, and I'll get the front forks built up, and then probably get a little bit going on with this engine I picked up, but we'll go over that next time. So if you stuck around this far, thanks a bunch. Please consider subscribing, throwing a like on the video. Everything helps the channel grow. So I guess until next time, thanks.